Uso betrays Jey Uso. Bray Wyatt targets Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam 2023. WWE announces massive event in India. Dominic Mysterio should defeat current champion. Jey Uso dethrones Roman Reigns. The Rock returns to WWE at SummerSlam 2023. Let's jump right into it. Bray Wyatt targets Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam 2023. Bray Wyatt has been missing from WWE programming since the February 24, 2023 episode of SmackDown. The enigmatic superstar, reportedly set to face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania 39, vanished without a trace, leaving the WWE universe wondering what befell him. Over the past 150-plus days, rumors have surfaced about his potential return, all to no avail. As SummerSlam draws closer, the rumor mill has begun heating up again, indicating that a returning Wyatt may target Cody Rhodes in Detroit. The American Nightmare and Roman Reigns seem to be the frontrunners to feud with the Eater of Worlds upon his potential return, and fans are torn between the two options. With Rhodes set to bring hostilities with Brock Lesnar to a head in Motor City, here are 4 reasons why Bray Wyatt should target him, not the Tribal Chief. Number 4. Facing Cody Rhodes would be a great way to reintroduce Bray Wyatt to the WWE Universe as a heel. Soon after a white-hot return to WWE preceded by months of speculation, Bray Wyatt found his momentum dwindling. Fans grew frustrated with his convoluted booking and underwhelming matches and quickly found themselves rooting against him despite him being a babyface. Wyatt's struggles as a heroic character could see him return as a heel, and what bigger babyface could he target than Cody Rhodes? The American Nightmare is the perfect foil for a villainous turn from the Eater of Worlds and could be just the top-level opponent needed to get the ladder back on track. Number 3. Cody Rhodes doesn't have a championship, and thus gives WWE more booking options for a returning Bray Wyatt. While the feud between Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns would undoubtedly be a blockbuster, it would also be predictable in the most detrimental way. The Tribal Chief is 60-plus days into a historic title run, unlikely to end before WrestleMania 40. Any feud with the Eater of Worlds can only end with Reigns standing tall. This would not only be painfully foreseeable, but also continue an unfortunate trend of big feud losses that have repeatedly derailed Wyatt. Against Cody Rhodes, there would be greater flexibility, allowing both men to potentially claim a win apiece before separating to cross paths again down the road. Number 2. Being targeted by a heel Bray Wyatt would fit perfectly into Cody Rhodes' John Cena-esque redemption arc. Not only would Cody Rhodes versus Bray Wyatt be great for Wyatt, but it would also make a lot of sense for the American Nightmare. The grandson of a plumber's journey since WrestleMania 39 has often been compared to John Cena's post-WrestleMania 28 path due to a few prominent similarities. Both suffered arguably the biggest losses of their careers at the show of shows before running into the juggernaut that is Brock Lesnar. Rhodes will most likely conclude his story with the Beast at SummerSlam, opening up an opportunity to parallel another Cena storyline, albeit one from before Mania 28. A heel Bray Wyatt trying to break Rhodes' spirit and turn him heel would be a nice throwback to the Embrace the Hate feud between the champ and Kane. While the latter storyline is not always fondly remembered due to Zack Ryder's unfortunate involvement, better execution this time could make it a hit. Proof of concept? Wyatt's work with Cena and babyface Roman Reigns. Number 1. Cody Rhodes is a fresher opponent for Bray Wyatt than Roman Reigns. Bray Wyatt has a long history with Roman Reigns. The history between the duo goes as far back as the latter's Shield days, stretching to the beginning of Reigns' historic title run. This means the duo has a lot of backstory to explore in a potential feud, but on the flip side, it wouldn't feel as fresh as a storyline between Wyatt and Cody Rhodes. Firstly, the novelty of seeing the Eater of Worlds standing across the ring from the American Nightmare would be very exciting for the fans. Additionally, the freshness of the rivalry would give Triple H and his team a clean canvas on which to paint the storyline, giving it a distinct advantage over the latest chapter of Wyatt versus Reigns. WWE announces massive event in India. WWE is set to return to India for a massive show, and the event is scheduled to take place in Hyderabad on September 8, 2023. Sportskeeda Wrestling's Riju Dasgupta first broke the story in May regarding the highly anticipated WWE event in India. The promotion has acknowledged its massive fan base in the subcontinent, previously delivering a house show in December 2017. WWE India's official social media handle confirmed the news earlier today. The post included details on the date and location of the upcoming event. Hyderabad's Gachibowli Indoor Stadium will host the event, and fans can pre-book their tickets on BookMeShow. The show is titled WWE Superstar Spectacle, and the poster for the event features several top names from Raw and SmackDown. The star-studded list of superstars on the official announcement poster includes current champion, World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, Undisputed Tag Team Champions Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Former champions like Becky Lynch, Drew McIntyre, Matt Riddle, Natalya, and Jinder Mahal are also shown on the poster. While fans expect Mahal to potentially get a massive push ahead of the India event, other talents including Shanky, Indusher, and Guru Raj are expected to compete in big matches on the show. This isn't the first time the promotion will host a big show in India. Top superstars previously toured the country in 1996, 2002, 2016, and 2017. The last Super Show in 2017 saw Jinder Mahal lock horns with Triple H in the main event. The game was a hot favorite in the match and defeated his opponent following 2 devastating pedigrees. The show also featured fan favorite stable, The Shield, with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose in action against the team of The Bar and Samoa Joe. The 2017 show also saw memorable high-profile matches featuring Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and others. As of this writing, there are no additional updates on scheduled matches for the upcoming house show in Hyderabad, India. However, the event could influence several storylines and superstars push over the next month. Dominic Mysterio should defeat current champion. Dominic Mysterio has really hit his stride in the last few months, winning his first singles title in WWE recently. However, Vince Russo believes the star should have more gold around his waist by defeating Sami Zayn for the tag title. The Judgment Day has been embroiled in a feud with the trio of Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn for a long time. The two teams have faced off against each other in various combinations. However, KO has recently been on the sidelines due to an injury. During this week's edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, Vince Russo suggested a winner-takes-all match between NXT North American Champion Dominic Mysterio and WWE Tag Team Champion Sami Zayn. The wrestling veteran added that Dirty Dong should be the one to take home the gold. I don't know how long Owens is going to be out. Why not have the match Dr. Chris, the host, just presented Sami Zayn versus Dominic Mysterio. There and Dom puts the NXT and Sami puts up the tag belt and let Judgment Day get those tag belts. Why not? The guy is going to be out for 6 weeks. What are you going to do? Dominic Mysterio has really come into his own ever since turning heel. The 26-year-old has risen to prominence in the last few months and features regularly on TV programming. He was also in action on last night's Raw, where he teamed up with Damian Priest to take on Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn. However, the Judgment Day duo were unable to secure the victory after a bit of miscommunication between Balor and Priest. Besides Finn Balor, the rest of the Judgment Day is not scheduled for SummerSlam. However, one can expect the group to play a part in the Prince's match against Seth Rollins. Jey Uso dethrones Roman Reigns. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins believes Jey Uso should dethrone Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. The bloodline has crumbled over the past few months after Jimmy Uso turned on Reigns at Night of Champions. His twin brother Jey also ditched the tribal chief. Jey later pinned Reigns to pick up a victory for the Usos over the undisputed WWE Universal Champion and Solo Sikoa at Money in the Bank. The former right-hand man will challenge Reigns for his title and tribal chief status in a tribal combat match at SummerSlam. During a recent interview with CBS Sports' Shaquille Majuri on Shaq Wrestling, World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins was asked if Jey Uso should dethrone Reigns. The Visionary stated that if he would not do it himself, then Jey should be the one to end the tribal chief's historic reign. "If it ain't me, it's Jey Uso," he said. Roman Reigns' babyface turn is guaranteed to happen, but one problem is delaying it, according to a WWE veteran. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have a long history, since they were teammates in The Shield. The two squared off against each other several times. Their last bout came in January 2022 when the Visionary challenged the tribal chief for the Universal title at Royal Rumble. Although Rollins won the match via disqualification, he failed to capture the title. In an interview with Comic Book, Rollins disclosed that he still wants revenge on Reigns, claiming they have unfinished business. "Yeah, Roman Reigns. The last time Roman Reigns and I met was at the Royal Rumble. I won the match. I don't know if anybody remembers because he demolished me with a chair, wouldn't let go of the choke when he was supposed to. There's a lot there, a lot of unfinished business there. And so I think that's a matchup that needs to be explored down the line. We are both right dead center in our primes. A long way to go. I'm sure we'll get there. Who knows when?" The Visionary said Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are not on the same level as a current top WWE superstar, according to a wrestling veteran. The Rock returns to WWE at SummerSlam 2023. The Rock has been rumored to be SummerSlam bound this year, and fans are obviously hyped about it. The probability of him appearing at the biggest party of the summer is pretty high, considering what's been happening within and outside WWE as of late. The Rock hasn't been seen on WWE TV since October 2019. He last appeared on SmackDown's 20th anniversary show. Fans might recall that he helped then women's champion Becky Lynch take out King Corbin. Now that the aforementioned WWE Premium Live event is just days away, what signs have made the WWE Universe believe the Great One is returning home? Number 3, ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike. For those unaware, the Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, went on strike after a dispute with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, AMPTP. Writers and Hollywood actors are on a standstill since July 14, 2023, as the dispute has has significantly affected their livelihood. The ongoing writers' strike may have also halted The Rock's movie projects and other related endeavors. Now that The Rock seemingly has plenty of time on his hands, what better way to spend it than to visit the Stanford-based promotion during SummerSlam? Number 2. The bad blood between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. The Bloodline storyline in WWE has grown to become one of the best pro wrestling narratives to date. Fans eagerly await the saga's next chapter as faction leader Roman Reigns feuds with his cousin, the Usos. The cracks within the Samoan stable were evident as early as this year's Royal Rumble event. Things worsened when Jimmy and Jay lost their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 39. Fast forward to the present day, the Bloodline is embroiled in a civil war. Reigns and main event Jay are scheduled to lock horns at this year's SummerSlam in Tribal Combat. Reigns' undisputed WWE Universal Championship and the distinction of being hailed as the Tribal Chief will be on the line during the contest. Will the great one play a role in the mentioned match at SummerSlam? If he does, his involvement will garner a massive pop from fans in Detroit. The former WWE champion could help Jay fend off Solo Sikoa, as the latter will likely accompany Reigns on August 5. He could also show up following the bout's conclusion to acknowledge the winner. Number 1. The Rock's back and forth with Grayson Waller on social media could be a hint of his appearance at SummerSlam. WWE superstar Grayson Waller is among the fastest rising talents in the promotion due to his impressive mic skills and character work. In recent weeks, he has called out The Rock on social media and TV. The SmackDown star even used the legend's finishing move during his match against Jay last Friday. Fans have been speculating about The Rock appearing at this year's SummerSlam to confront Waller. The situation was addressed during an episode of the MMA Hour where Ariel Helwani asked Waller about his equation with the People's Champion. The Aussie superstar responded that he could make The Rock relevant again if they cross paths. Despite the mentioned signs of The Rock possibly returning to WWE, there has been no confirmation on his status for the August 5 event. Wrestling Observer Newsletter's Dave Meltzer stated that there had been no significant update on The Rock possibly returning to WWE. However, the veteran believes SummerSlam could be an ideal occasion for the former champion's comeback. Jimmy Uso betrays Jey Uso. Jey Uso is set to face his cousin Roman Reigns in Tribal Combat at SummerSlam this Saturday. The match will not only be for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, but also for recognition of the Tribal Chief of the Inoue family. There is speculation that Jay's twin brother Jimmy Uso might return and turn on his brother. Jimmy Uso was the one who turned on Roman Reigns at Night of Champions, and Jey Uso had to follow suit. A few weeks back on SmackDown, Jimmy was beaten so severely by Reigns and Sikoa that the former tag team champion had to be taken to a hospital and has been out of action since then. Veteran journalist Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer stated that Jimmy turning on Jay at SummerSlam could lead to some form of a multi-man tag team match at Survivor Series. Jey Uso could realign with his old friend turned rival Sami Zayn and his tag team partner Kevin Owens to take on the Bloodline. It also keeps Jay strong and losing, and you can even do Jay and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens as a babyface group together against Reigns and Solo and Jimmy in some form at Survivor Series, stated Meltzer. According to a recent report from Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, a unique idea is being considered for the upcoming match between Jay and Reigns. The idea involves Jimmy Uso returning at the biggest party of the summer and potentially betraying his twin brother Jey Uso by turning on him and supporting Roman Reigns instead. This unexpected twist would add an exciting element to the storyline and potentially spark a feud between the brothers. The out-of-the-box idea being Jimmy returns, seemingly to help Jay, but ends up turning on him. This would be unpredictable, but not in a bad way, and you can backstory it with things that took place, said Meltzer. While the former right-hand man has been hot as a babyface ever since he split from Roman Reigns, it seems unlikely that he will be able to do what stalwarts like Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre could not, and that is to defeat Reigns for the Universal Championship. An interference from Jimmy Uso could help prolong the storyline and add a new dynamic.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing